It's been said no battle plan survives contact with the enemy, but sometimes the situation becomes so dire that an officer and his men go to unbelievable lengths just to survive. That determination was on display in the heroic actions of Lieutenant Brian Thacker and his 6-man observation team in the Vietnam War. Thacker was assigned to the 1st Battalion 92nd Artillery. The team was ordered to man a hilltop in Kontum Province called Fire Base 6, where they supported South Vietnamese artillery units firing on North Vietnamese units operating in the valleys below. On March 31, 1971, enemy forces launched a coordinated attack along a 60-mile front, with Fire Base 6 among the positions that were attacked. Lieutenant Thacker, asleep at the time, awoke to the thunder of machine guns and grenades flying in toward his position. The North Vietnamese forces penetrated the perimeter, killing 3 of Thacker's men and forcing the Allied defenders to retreat from bunker to bunker in hand-to-hand combat. Calling in air support, Thacker was able to rally his men to hold out against the superior North Vietnamese forces. 2 U.S. helicopters attempted to rescue Thacker and his men, but both were shot down. By this point, Thacker knew there was no way his small force could hold out. During a lull in the fighting, he organized a coordinated withdrawal of his forces to the nearest extraction point, 6 miles away along the ridgeline.
It's terribly difficult to disengage with any unit that's in the attack. Your back makes a bigger target than your front. And the only thing I had left was a platoon of artillery to shoot blocking fire. The only location that they had was where the enemy was, which was my previous coordinates.
Thacker even called in an artillery strike on his own position in a desperate attempt to keep the enemy at bay. As he ordered the blocking fire, Thacker realized this was also his moment to move in the midst of immense danger.
As they were getting ready to say they were ready to shoot, I started running. An alarm clock goes off in the back of your head that says it's time to zig and zag and stop presenting such a wonderful target. I got off the trail to catch up with the others and started zigging and zagging, and it wasn't too long before I realized I wasn't going to catch up with them. Best thing I could do was find some cover, hunker down for the night.
In the ensuing chaos, he was cut off and forced to find cover deep in a bamboo forest, remaining there for 8 days without food or water. The North Vietnamese came so close that he could hear and even smell them. After a South Vietnamese ranger unit retook the fire base, Thacker decided he could move to safety. After crawling from his bamboo refuge to the fire base, he was medevaced the next day and eventually sent to Japan for hospitalization. By the following May, Thacker was back home. His father, still on duty as a career Air Force officer, told him there were rumors he had been recommended for the Medal of Honor, which Thacker dismissed as not possible. 2 years later, however, he received an invitation to the White House, where President Nixon presented him with America's highest military award on October 15, 1973. Through his outstanding leadership of his men, critical decisions in the heat of battle, and his ability to survive while hiding right in front of the enemy, Lieutenant Brian Thacker's determination demonstrated the very best of America's military excellence.